Hello and welcome back to SpriteGuard Plays Roguelight. We are going to head right back into the cave and see if we can unlock a few more things. We're going to need quite a few coins at this point to make a lot of progress, but I think that we are more equipped than ever before to do that. And right away we're grabbing some coins from that lamp. We have some spikes here and some health. Don't need the health just yet, but I'm sure we will in very short order. So right away we're kind of in an unusual environment. It looks like, okay, just looks like we need to head to the right. That's fine. The layout was a little bit deceptive, and I ended up thinking that we were someplace that we were not. But things are starting out real smoothly. Whoop! And we have fallen down someplace. Now, we're a little bit low on arrows, but it looks like the game's being very generous with those, so we don't even need to worry about that too much. Let's see, we have another lantern here we can shoot, and we're now getting 4 coins from each lantern, so those are probably the ones that we most want to hit. Though we still get quite a lot of profit out of hitting ghouls, especially if we hit 2 with a single arrow. That's going to be a very profitable way of getting some coins. We can shoot the fireflies for coins. That's not very profitable at all. I believe they only give 1. And so we would be more or less wasting our arrows at that point, because there is plenty more for us to shoot. And we are just going to have to make our way carefully, calmly down, deeper and deeper until, oh, there we go, until, you know, we get deeper than we can go and end up just getting killed in some hopefully humorous way. I always like it in roguelites and roguelikes when death is something to be laughed at. That's something, whoops, let's see, there was some health back here. Let's see if I remember where it was. But that's something that really I've been really enjoying about Spelunky, is that when you die, it's always a little bit silly. There's always this sense of like, oh, I didn't know you could die that way. And you often end up getting stun-locked and kind of tossed around. That is the exit. I would like to find that health before we head out of here, but... oh, it looks like I may just find damage instead. That looks like a dead end. So let's move on. And we will eventually find health elsewhere. But this will give us new lanterns to light, new goons to shoot. Sorry about bumping the desk there. It doesn't, I checked, and it doesn't make too horrible of a noise, but it's still something that I really want to avoid doing, and I'm hoping that I can kind of rearrange my situation a little bit and prevent that. But right now, the way I have my desk set up just isn't quite conducive to never hitting the top, especially for this game, where you're holding a button down a lot and then lifting it up real quickly to let go. That's actually something that this game has in common with Ollie 2 of all games. It looks like we are not going to be able to get back up that, so hopefully this leads us around to where we need to go. And those have fallen on some spikes. Looks like we are getting plenty of coins anyway. Don't really need to worry about that. We are now getting into the territory where I feel pretty confident we're going to be able to buy something. And we're still at full health. You know, we're running into some arrow troubles, but not serious ones. You know, even though I'm wasting some arrows and we're not getting a ton, we're still getting enough that we're not, like, in danger of running out in the immediate future. So this is a very, very productive run that we're having. Ah, there we go. That was a little bit... oh, and there we have once again replenished our arrows, and we have some more coins to grab, another goon to shoot, and looks like we're heading on to level 3. And even more arrows for us. Let's see. Don't know that that will hit anything, but there's a chance. And looks like it did not. Let's see. We can't quite get up there. If we had maybe a little bit more jump height, we could. Jump height is actually one of my favorite upgrades in this game. Especially once we get the double jump. It makes things a lot easier. And so that's probably what we'll be looking for today. Kind of depends on what we can afford. And the double jump in particular is quite expensive. But we're getting so many coins here that it might actually be within reach. Let's see. Don't see an easy way of getting that goon and the lantern in a single shot. Would have been nice, but the lantern was a little bit too high. And these things aren't called goons in the credits, but I'd forgotten. Ghouls. Ghouls is what they're called. And on to level 4. So we are really starting to get, oh my goodness, blind lantern shot, beautiful, double kill, lots of coins, coins for days, everything is going so well here, it's kind of amazing me. And we are really going to be able to... Oh, and now we are out of arrows, and all of a sudden things have taken a turn for the worse. But, we should be able to... Oh, no, never mind, that's the end of us. Landed on a few too many painful things, and it looks like, yeah, we have the double jump available to us. We can also increase our jump height, though we have to pick one or the other. Ton of other things, ton of other upgrades for us to get, but that's the one I'm going to grab. And real quick, we're going to head out of here and just try it, because the double jump really changes your mobility in some good ways. And we'll now be able to play a little bit closer to how I normally play this game when I'm kind of playing the end game. We'll have a lot more maneuverability. And the next thing that we're probably going to look for, we do want to get that increased jump height, but we're also going to want to get the arrow upgrades, the ones that make us use fewer arrows and give us a bigger quiver. Because in the very late game, we're going to be kind of spamming arrows a ton. We also need the last of the brightness upgrades, which I think there's quite a few left for us to get, so that we can light our way a little bit better and not have to worry about our arrows losing their brightness. And I'm being very reckless here because I don't actually want this run to go on very long. We're pretty close to the time when I usually like to wrap this up, but I wanted to, you know, try the double jump out. And we're having a little bit of a more leisurely weekend this time. I'm not going on any vacations. I will be streaming live. Well, actually, by the time this goes up, I will already have streamed live, but that's coming up in my future every Sunday at 2, because it's so much fun. It's just one of the things that I most enjoy doing, and I enjoy it as much as I enjoy making these YouTube videos, and it's very similar. You know, I don't get a lot of viewers, and so a lot of the time it's almost exactly the same. I'm just trying to find things to talk about and making my way through the games that I want to show off. So that is coming up for me. Probably coming up for you, unless something goes really badly next week, or something goes really weirdly at least. That will be coming up on Sunday, next Sunday as well. So in general, I guess what my point here is that Things are much more relaxed this week. I have much more time to do things. I even got a jump on my laundry, so I'm not going to be as worried about having enough time to edit on Sunday. And just going to have a lot more opportunities to have a lot more fun. And it looks like we have found a whole lot of dead ends and not a lot of progress. Not really sure. Let's see. Want to shoot this from this side. There we go. Looks like we have found yet another dead end. Oh, and did not make that. Should have used the double jump there. Though we don't quite, because we don't have the last of the jump height upgrades, our double jump, your double jump never gets big. It never gets like the size anywhere close to full jump. And it's always going to be kind of one of those things that just helps us along, just carries us more laterally than anything else. But it can help us to get across gaps, it can help us to reach things that are both up and a little bit far horizontally. That's the kind of the use cases that it's really great for. It looks like where we want to get is up here. And sometimes it can help us get that last inch of jump height when we need it. And this is just hearts. But it looks like we can get up this way. Don't want to leave that coin behind. Don't want to leave those arrows behind. Want to get the rest of these arrows. And hopefully this takes us where we need to go. And it looks like it certainly is. Let's see, is this the pit here? Certainly pit-shaped, but it looks like we have actually a little bit more level for us to explore, and that's good because we need those arrows. This actually looks like a bottomless pit. It looks like we have 2 to choose from. And we found one of these little in-betweeny areas. I haven't figured out whether or not there's anything that you can actually do with this one. You know, I have kind of rubbed my face against the wall. I've tried jumping around some of these places. There's not really anywhere for us to go there, as far as I can tell. Lots and lots of hearts if we get hurt. We'll just have to find our way back to them, which is always a challenge. Looks like we're running a little low on arrows. So we will be wanting to look for those. There's a couple that will at least give us some distance. And there is the rest of our set. Oops! Not ideal. We can't get those coins very easily. Oh, and then I jump onto some spikes just because I don't see them. So now's actually a good time to find our way back to those hearts. Let's see if we can find them. We just need to find some place that we've been before. And it looks like we have gone too low. And so we're just going to need to climb back up. Oh! It looks like we actually don't have a good way of getting back up there. So that may actually not be an option anymore. There's probably some way of getting back up there. But we actually found some hearts down here, so it doesn't matter. And I really should be using the double jump more even than I am. It costs us nothing. And it can really make maneuvering, especially around these spikes, a lot easier. So let's see, that's spikes. We do want to head roughly downward. And we're getting lots of arrows, lots of hearts, more than we need. Looks like we are actually going to be able to get most of those coins. Just jump over those spikes in the safest way possible. Whoops! Well, that was a mistake, but we know where we want to be going now. And we're not even hardly using our arrows, even though we're firing them off, because we have all of those magic arrow perks. Let's see. Ah, that did not take us where we want to... Oh, and we've taken some damage, but... it looks like we actually found our way back to where those hearts were, but we don't need them because we found one there. So my guess would actually be that the end of the level is over this way, and it looks like we've already found... Yep, that is a bottomless pit for sure. And just like that, we're at level 4, 134 coins. And so it looks like this is going to end up being a full and complete run. Not a full endgame run, but kind of full to the extent that we've been doing recently. And we've taken a little more damage than I would like. But we're getting so many coins that it's kind of... We're right back at that place of, you know, if we die right here, this will have been a successful run. And I will have no regrets, basically. And just, you know, even as I'm saying that, we're getting more and more coins. Got some on the spikes here. This skeleton looks like he's going to be a little bit tricky to hit. And that's actually our last arrow. And so now we are once again stumbling around in the dark. There's some arrows for us. There's some coins. There's a ghoul. But once again, down to our last arrow. And so I'm going to try and find my way around in the dark a little bit to... Let's see. I don't think we can make that. I don't feel confident. Oh, yep, we can. And that has gotten us a few more coins. But once again, out of arrows. Not really sure where to go, and we're going to have to navigate in the dark a little bit. Oh, and there's some arrows. Whoops. And there's even more arrows. So we're taking quite a lot of damage at this point. But we're doing pretty well for ourselves. There we go. So I think I saw something that we want over to the right here. Might have just been that lamp. Might have been that ghoul. And here's the exit. So level 5, getting actually pretty close to the end of the game. But with nowhere near enough arrows. And so, pretty quickly here, did we just fall into level 6? I believe we just fell into level 6. That is really remarkable. And I am really not sure where to go from here. We're totally in the dark. What would really be unfortunate is if we got so stuck in the darkness that we couldn't even find our way. Oh, there we go. We've dropped down quite far. If we couldn't even find our way to something to spike ourselves on, is what I was concerned about. So what level is this? Level 6. Still no arrows. But, oh my goodness. 200. Oops, and that is the end. So that was incredibly successful, and I think we're going to, let's see. We're going to want a magic arrow and a quiver up. Is what we're going to get for that one. So in the next one, we will have even better stats, and we will be ready to head back into it. We do want more health, but I think quiver has been what has been hurting us the most. We will want to kind of finish this out. Once you get like the full coin upgrades and the full quiver upgrades, you end up generating coins so fast that it's just, you can start doing boss attempts and just unlocking stuff after each one. And we're probably still a ways off from being able to defeat the boss, but we're going to be having longer and longer runs as we get into this. So, until then, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.